ゲームの時間だ。
Will Smurf here again with another video of mine where I'm going to cover an 3v3 team game which was played in, I guess, February 2025, not so long ago. It is the same version, 1.5.5.91. Yes, and on the team on my side is the same. It's me. It consists of me, my friend King Azeron, and JT. And on the other hand, the other team is Dits, Terry, and Oblique now. Basically, PH Blank was changed to Oblique. Oblique is a, let's say, fairly but talented new player from the Philippines. Like most of these players in this match, in this room now. Yes, the game is going to start. I picked Lotus because it is my best clan, and I'm the master of the Lotus clan. And as you can see, I am a little bit on the bad side of Wheeler Canyon. In Wheeler Canyon, there is one thing that can happen sometimes when you play a team game here. You can end up in a bad position where you're mostly alone, which happens to me. But for the Lotus clan, it is not that bad like it is for other clans, because Lotus clan has a good early game. It has good tier 1 units, and given I spawned in a bad spot, I have to go with defensive mode, and I'm going to try to defend here the best I can. Yeah, now you can see Terry coming. As you can see from the last game, Terry is a very good player from the Philippines who is living in the United States of America. He's also one of the super pros in this game. I call them the 12 of the 10, the 12 top players here, the pros, super pros. What he's trying to do now is he is smart. He's trying to not run to the tower and not eat Lotus tower charge. And what I'm going to do is I am going to attack him. If he tries to attack one piece of mine, I'm going to try to bait him into the tower, so he can't run and attack my units. And I'm also, of course, going to make more and more leaves, because leaves, even if they get caught in the melee fight, they deal what they do. They have a passive ability which deals reflect damage. So any unit that is attacked by leaves will get reflect damage back. This is why they're very good. Yeah, leaves are very good even if they are attacked by melee units. And what Terry's going to try here, he's trying to slow me down. He doesn't want me to build anything. He's trying to keep me here and keep me from building or making anything. But of course, I'm not going to let it happen. I'm going to attack him. Terry is a very smart player, I have to say. He knows what he's doing, and he has also good micro. And if he gets attacked, he's very good at protecting his units, I have to say. At keeping his unit alive, he's very good at it. Yeah, one unit of his is red, and I can basically pinpoint kill that unit. What he did is basically he burned my building and protected his units, but he lost one unit, and he will lose another. He will lose another raid of his, and I can kill also. I think another. Let's say if I kill. What I'm trying to do now is I'm going to try to get an unclean one out, because unclean one has the Unclean One has the Death Sentry ability, which deals out area effect magic damage, which basically deals a lot of damage to swordsmen. And I killed two swordsmen of his, and also I'm also trying to kill another one, I guess. Yeah. He lost 2 swordsmen. I lost 1 leaf. It's a good trade. And I have to say, even if he lost some units, Terry is a very good player. He knows how to disable Lotus, but of course what he's basically, like I said, trying to do is he tries to keep me here down. He tries to not let me develop, and I have an Unclean One out, and now I have an Unclean One out. Oh, but Terry for some reason is trying to build a tower directly next to my tower. I think he didn't realize that I had an Unclean One out on tower, and I could basically deny his tower. He had to destroy it. Yeah, I wrote like things like ha ha ha, but when I say things like that, I don't mean it against him, because Terry is a good player and a very good player. I respect him. He's a nice guy. I like him, and he's not so close to me like Failing or Dits, who are closer, who are my buddies basically, one of my closest buddies, especially Failing. I try from time to time. I also try some things that I don't mean. Yeah, he tried to take He tried to take that. He tried to take the one leaf, but he couldn't kill him. I tried to kill, but I tried to kill that cannoneer before he can send him to the tower. I tried to kill that cannoneer before he can climb the tower. Now he has a cannoneer on tower next to my tower, which is dangerous, because cannoneer are the hard counter in Serpent clan against all of Lotus range units. There is no... Oh, he made a mistake. He made a mistake. I can kill that. Yeah, that cannoneer is going to die. I can kill it, I guess, or maybe not. I don't know. He saved it. He used the tower charge, I guess. The charge tower of Serpent is very overpowered. Not only makes it affected units get 25% more damage. Also, the affected units will be forced to walk only. They can only walk and not run anymore. And keep in mind, Serpent can use this tower. Serpent clan tower can use the charge twice. So the Serpent tower got buffed. While the Lotus tower got nerfed, sadly, which causes some imbalance, because now the Lotus tower is actually too weak in the beginning, especially too weak, and Serpent tower is too strong. But as I'm master of the Lotus clan, I know how to counter his tactic here. I tried to get out many staff adders with cannoneer, and it will make his cannoneer and his range unit at wane. He tries to come and attack my weaker units, like, for example, my Lee, for example. I made a Lotus Geisha, but she died. I didn't micro her. He got her. Yeah, he tries to camp near my rice field, so I can't. The tower of his is going to break, I guess. I can take it. Yeah, I didn't micro my leaves that well. He could kill some. I lost 2, I guess. But at the same time, he will also lose some of his units, because I have now Disease 1, and Disease 1 counters all his melee units except Ronins. Yeah, he lost Swordsman, and he didn't see coming. I have also more brothers coming, which can pinpoint, which can basically stop his melee units. He lost his tower. Now I have an advantage over Terry. I think if basically what me and Terry are doing here 1v1, and yeah, now I've wrote in the chat that Terry is running. What I meant was I didn't try to disrespect him. I only said he's going to run to my friends. I tried to warn them. Terry is writing a question mark. So just if Terry is listening, I didn't disrespect Terry or anything. I just wanted to write that Terry is running away to my allies' base, so they can watch out. So they are notified. And I see he comes back. I think Terry at this point realized that I have an advantage over him here. Me and Terry are having a nice 1v1 fight. Terry built a hut near his tower. And what I should do here is, I guess at this point, I should have made a warlock with the Dark Arson ability, battle gear sooner, because the Dark Arson battle gear of the warlock can set any building on fire, and the building will also lose some of his health. I can't tell like how much. I think like the building, depending on what building, usually loses like 20%. And now I can see that dragon ally of Terry, which is Oblique, is trying to help Terry because he sees that Terry is on a disadvantage. Yeah, he tried to attack me with some samurais with dragon skin battle gear, but he should have known that I'm a Lotus Clan main player, and I know everything of Lotus Clan, and he lost the 3 samurai of his, while I didn't lose any unit. Basically, what he did was in vain. And now I am going to continue to try to win this fight here. Yes, now I have staff adepts, I have geishas out, I have a diseased one, in case he tries to come near me with any melee units or battle gears that rely on stamina. And yeah, now what surprised me is I see Terry coming with swordsman with glass sword, which is very unusual. Usually the swords, the glass sword battle gear of Lotus is most of the time rarely used. He used it very well. It surprised me because the glass sword ability of swordsman can kill any unit with only one strike, with any unit except for Zen Master, of course. And this battle gear is most of the time never used, also very rarely used, let's say. And yeah, it surprised me that now I see that my allies, sadly, who are basically fighting 2v2, while I'm fighting 1v1, and they are losing. And then, of course, I'm a little bit, let's say, not pissed, but yeah, let's say pissed a bit that they are losing, because I am here doing very well against Terry, and he also got help. Like I'm still on the verge of the winning side here, and I'm a little bit angry because they are losing. But on the one hand, I have to remember that it is Terry. They are facing dits basically, and dits is a pro and a very good player. And Azeron, no disrespect, but he's also a good player. But of course, he's not a pro like dits. And here I am realizing, after I saw the glass sword, what I should be doing to avoid my units getting killed by swordsman with glass sword. I should have attacked the swordsman with glass sword with my brothers, because the brothers don't count as usual units. It means that if a swordsman with glass sword attacks a Lotus brother, that brother is not going to die. He won't die to it. but the swordsman will die. So basically, the brothers are the counter, the way to go. If Lotus Clan sees that the serpent player has many swordsmen with glass sword, because what Terry is trying to do, he's not trying to win me here, he's trying to delay me basically. He tries to delay me as much as possible. And what I'm doing here now is, I accidentally attacked him. I lost 2 units. He lost them too, but he's only losing tier 1 units, while I'm losing tier 2 units. Terry is basically doing very well here, although I have the advantage here. And what I tried to do is try to slow them down with Goo ability and then attack with my brothers. But he still managed to kill some units of mine with the Glassword ability. And yes, Terry is doing very fine. But I'm still not there. As you can see, I have the advantage, and yeah, I see that my allies are dying there. They basically lost all the bases, and I am writing GG because I know it's over. Because at this point we will be left only with one base, which is my base. And look, you can see how tiny the rice fields are at this stage. We are losing, but not because of me, but because of my allies who are basically dying. While they are fighting 2 versus 2, and they are dying, while I am fighting 1 versus 1 with Terry basically, who also got a little bit help from Dragon player, from Oblique, who is playing with Dragon here, and I'm still alive while they are dying. So it makes me a little bit pissed, and sometimes. But of course, when I say pissed, I don't mean actually pissed. It's a game, and sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. Me and Azeron and JT, we won the first game, despite the fact that our enemies are literally consisting of Terry and Dits, who are super pros in this game, and we still won the last game, despite the fact that our team was a little bit worse. I even got horses out at this point, but it's in vain, because even though I was winning against Terry here, they are. I am pointing it out. I spawned in a very bad position, and I still managed to hold my ground here and play very good. And I had the advantage over Terry. But yeah, Azeron now is saying, "Come on, man." I like I said, I was a little pissed because I did very well here, in my opinion. I kept my ground very well, despite the fact that I have a very bad spawn position, and despite the fact that Lotus Tower is very weak now. Yeah, now you can see this is how it goes. This is how team game sometimes goes. People, they have the better team, and of course they have the better chance of winning. And you can play as good as possible, and you can play as good as possible. If your team loses at the end, the game is still lost, because it's a team game, but this is how games are played. We have to accept it. It's a lost game, and just a game at the end. And yeah, Terry of course did very well, I have to say, but on the other hand, you also have to say that the Serpent clan now is the hard counter for Lotus, because at the early game, Lotus has the advantage, but in the late game, Serpent has the advantage, and especially after how the Serpent Tower got buffed, it is actually very hard for Lotus clan now to win against Serpent. Yeah, I think that Dits as a player was too much for Azeron and JT to handle. JT is not bad. He can play. He plays better now than he used to play. And JT is also a player I really like. He's a very sympathetic person. But I think this was too hard to handle. I also didn't know. I was so focused here. I didn't see what made them lose. Yeah, but it's a game. Of course, I try to still hold my ground here, by the fact that it's over basically. Lotus Clan, even after they got nerfed, starting from 1.5.9 with the nerf and Soul Chill is still good in team games. In 1v1, Serpent Clan wins most of the time against Lotus, especially in endgame. It is what it is. Sometimes, even if you play good, like I said, you will still lose the game, because if the team loses, you lose too. But it's a team game. And I like team games. They are my favorite. I like team games as much as I like 1v1. The only thing I don't like about team games is when the teams are so underlands that even if you play good, even if you're a good player and you play your best, if you have like two newbies on your side, which is not the case. I'm not talking about this game. I am talking about other games, for example. Then it is, let's say, not very enjoyable. It is sometimes very hard to balance team games because there are not there's so many good players. They are like I said, they are like I don't know. Like I always say 10 to 12 super pros in this game. Then you have also other, like, many good players, very good players, like Fading West Society, like Azeron, King Azeron, then, or like other good players, but who are maybe less skilled than Dits or Dust or Pocky or K2 or Pizza or the other good players. But sometimes, even if they are not around, it gets hard to balance the games. That's the only thing I don't like about team games sometimes. Yeah, but it is what it is. We won the first game with the same team members as in my team, despite the fact that Dits and Terry teamed up, and they're also a great combo. They're also a great duo. Of course, Dits and Terry isn't as deadly as Dits and Dust, who is one of the best duos in this game. Like, for example, Pizza and Pocky, also very good duo, or King and K2, also a very good duo. Yeah, we still won the first game, but lost the two. I think it's a good result, given how good Dits and Terry are. But I think also did pretty good. The only thing I did not so good was I let too many units get killed by glass swords. But yeah.